It was Christmas evening, and the TARDIS materialised in a quaint little town covered in a blanket of snow. The Doctor stepped out, adjusting his collar and his navy suit jacket. He circled around ever so slightly on the thick layers of snow, scanning the surroundings with curiosity. His companion, Luna Wilson, shortly followed behind. A smile erupted on her face. The beautiful atmosphere, bright flashing lights, and every house wrapped in a variety of decorations.
So, where have you landed then?
Good question. I think if my knowledge is accurate enough, Pennsylvania, 1980s. Unsure about the town, however.
Hold on 1 second.
Luna re-entered the time machine and closed the doors behind, which caused the Doctor to turn around in confusion. You're not fancying it then? Suddenly, the doors reopened and out walked Luna with a blue Christmas hat in her hand. She smiled, offering it towards the Doctor.
Here.
I'm not usually one for hats.
Oh, come on. It's Christmas after all.
Yeah. Fine, okay, just this once. Luna passed over the hat. It was a navy blue Santa hat, a colour which was accustomed to the Doctor's current attire. He put it on and smiled, fully engrossing him into the Christmas spirit.
This is so beautiful. I mean, look at all the lights and decorations.
I thought you went back in the TARDIS because you weren't fancying it.
So quick to judge.
The Doctor looked down towards the ground, rubbing his head in his hands whilst laughing. Come on, there must be a Christmas market close by.
Oh my, yes. Love Christmas markets.
The Doctor and Luna were both filled with excitement and curiosity. They rushed through the snowy hills hoping to see the beauty of Pennsylvania. As they strolled through the charming streets, they noticed an unusual stillness. The Doctor frowned, confused to why nobody was out celebrating the festive season. It was like a ghost town, completely empty with no civilization. The Christmas markets were open, however, no vendors in sight.
I know they call it a silent night, but I didn't think it'd be literal.
Yeah, strange. No signs on any buildings. Still unable to find my navigations.
I thought the TARDIS gives info on the place.
Not this time. For some reason the location details were scrambled. The Doctor and Luna continued to walk through the empty sights of the mysterious Pennsylvania town. Something felt off towards the Time Lord, as if the Christmas spirit was slowly fading away piece by piece.
The townsfolk must be nearby. We could ask them what the town is called and where everyone is.
Ironically, as Luna said that, it was soon answered as they heard hushed whispers and muffled sobs coming from the houses. Approaching cautiously, they found the townsfolk cowering inside the houses, frantically paranoid with whatever could be beyond. The Doctor and Luna approached the door and knocked on it, following after reassuring that they are friendly. Hey, we're friendly.
Mate, what the hell?
What?
Who knocks on the door and says, hey, we're friendly?
Well, some people I know of, myself included.
Sorry about him. He's like this. I'm his carer. We just came out for a midnight stroll. But nobody's out. Look, we're really confused. Can you just let us in so we can talk?
An elderly woman inside turned towards the window and moved closer towards it. She then began to unlock the door, which had 4 locks on the other side.
You should leave, strangers. There are monsters out there. Leave the town while you can.
The Doctor moved past Luna and reached into his pocket. He pulled out his psychic paper and raised it close to the elderly woman.
Provincial council members? Took your time?
Sorry, yeah. Long journey. My carer here was looking after me. We got lost. May we come in?
Quickly!
The door creaked open, and the Doctor and Luna walked into the house. The elderly woman slammed the door shut and quickly reattached the locks with haste. The Doctor and Luna stood in the room perplexed with what was happening around them. People living in fear on Christmas Day. Blimey, 4 locks are a bit excessive.
Doctor!
Sorry, would you mind explaining everything? The elderly woman explained that the town was under attack by mischievous and destructive creatures that multiplied rapidly and caused chaos wherever they went. The townsfolk had barricaded themselves indoors, terrified of the havoc outside. The Doctor, still confused, asked for the name of the town. The elderly woman exclaimed that the town was known as Kingston Falls. The Doctor's eyes widened as he knew the name of the town. Luna, can I have a word?
I don't like the look you're giving me.
Have you heard of Kingston Falls?
The name is familiar. Why?
It's the fictional town from a famous film that released in the 1980s, based upon a book by Roald Dahl.
Fictional? Might just be a coincidence.
This town isn't real, and it's not a coincidence. I think I know the creature that is causing trouble. With a determined look, the Doctor released all of the locks on the door and walked outside. The elderly woman stood in shock by the sheer nerve the Doctor conveyed in that moment. Suddenly, as he walked out, he saw the creatures hiding within the snow. The scaly skin and eyes of pure evil emerged from the beauty they were poisoning.
Are they?
Gremlins! 13 of the gremlins emerged and glared at the Doctor and Luna. The presence of evil sent an immediate shiver down Luna's spine.
Would they believe you if you told them that we're friendly now?
Suddenly, a gremlin within the snow cackled like a maniac. All of the gremlins rushed towards the Doctor and Luna, carrying rope and string in their demonic hands. Luna, run! Just as they were about a safe distance, one of the gremlins threw the rope like a lasso, which caught Luna around her legs, leading her to fall onto the floor. Luna, hold on!
Just punt them. Boot them in the face.
One of the gremlins then lunged towards the Doctor, making him fall towards the floor. He was trying to hold it back with all of his strength, however at that cost of this, he let go of Luna, causing her to be dragged away through the snow. The gremlin laughed, but the Doctor was losing his strength as the gremlin was getting closer to his face. Dealing with you on Christmas is not what I had in mind. With all of his strength, the Doctor flung the gremlin around and kicked it away like a football. This gave him enough time to get away and figure out a plan on how to save Luna. But the question really was, where did they take her? He knocked back on the elderly woman's door, hoping for a response. My carer, where did she get taken to?
She's another lost soul, I'm sorry.
No, you need to help me. I can't lose her. Where did those creatures take the people of this town?
Last person who was kidnapped was taken to Dory's Tavern. But it's a death sentence if you go over there. You must be barking mad.
The Doctor hugged the elderly woman and thanked her. He rushed away from the door, adjusting his suit, and began to run through the snow, heading back to his time machine. Meanwhile, inside Dory's Tavern, Luna was brought in front of a crowd of gremlins who laughed, whilst drinking the town's beer. Luna was completely tied up in rope and was unable to move. She was being guided towards a stage in the tavern. The stress started to build up as she pleaded to be let go, but the gremlins were no creatures to be reasoned with. Luna was taken to the top of the stage. An oversized dartboard was brought out and Luna was placed directly in front of it. Suddenly an oversized cannon appeared and was brought extremely close to Luna. A lone gremlin with a cowboy hat sat on top of the cannon with a burning match in hand.
Oh, come on.
Just as the gremlin was about to light the cannon, an otherworldly sound was heard within the tavern, materialising and echoing its way into existence. Luna smiled as the sound brought her hope and joy, which is what she was hoping for on Christmas. The magical blue box flashed blue within the tavern, which blinded the gremlins and caused them to ache in pain. Luna, however, was mesmerised and happy to see the Doctor appear. The TARDIS finally landed, and out walked the Doctor with a new device in hand. He smiled towards Luna, happy to see her alive.
You took your time.
Sorry, lost my carer. It took me a while to find her. The Doctor activated a device, which caused a bright light to blind the gremlins. It was echoing a sonic pulse throughout the tavern, which caused multiple of the gremlins to yelp in pain and agony.
Any chance you can get me out of here?
The Time Lord put the device down on the ground and switched it to a loopable sequence. He then rushed over towards Luna and reached into his pocket, pulling out a pair of sharp scissors. And with haste, he began to cut the rope.
Just arrived in time. I was about to be blown to smithereens.
No Christmas luck then?
For both of us, you mean? Gremlins. Seriously.
I found something out. I'll explain in the TARDIS. Luna was free from the ropes. The Doctor quickly grabbed her and rushed inside the TARDIS, closing the doors with a slam.
Doctor, everything alright?
These gremlins, fictional creatures, they wouldn't have just arrived here.
What did you say?
Did I ever mention to you about the land of fiction?
No. But I'm sure it's pretty self-explanatory.
A realm of make-believe, containing characters from fictional material or mythological elements. On Earth, if a story was written that was fictional, that story came into existence within that realm.
When the Gremlins were written and produced into a film, the Gremlins were created in that realm?
And planted within 1980s Pennsylvania on Christmas Day.
But who could do this?
The Master Brain needs stories to survive, but this sort of power is different, and more frightening. Southerners existing within that realm, planting stories within history.
Well, we need to stop it.
No, our priority is to make sure this town is guided back to the land. The Doctor then started to move around the console, pushing buttons and messing with some of the controls on the TARDIS console panels. Luna smiled as he pranced around. Luna rushed over towards the console, determined to help out. The Doctor, still determined, started to aggressively hit the buttons, hoping for a positive result. It's been a while since I used this system.
What are we doing?
We are transporting the town back to the realm. Suddenly, the Doctor pulled a lever. The TARDIS engines began to dematerialise, but the time machine isn't moving. The main console began to erupt in sparks, as the system was causing the TARDIS to malfunction. Come on, almost there, old girl, just hang on. Suddenly, the materialising stopped. The Doctor rushed from the main console towards the TARDIS doors, with Luna following shortly behind. He looked outside the doors and noticed fields covered in snow, with mountains in the far distance. Oh, problem solved.
But all the people living there.
I'm so sorry, Luna. But they weren't real. Fictional townsfolk who lived in terror. The Doctor, in a moment of friendliness and reassurance, comforted Luna by gracing her with a hug. It was something he was known for, and in that moment Luna hugged him back. Let's go have a real Christmas.
Where do you reckon?
How about Liverpool, 1960s? Maybe we could spend Christmas with the Beatles.
Heck yes!
Luna rushed into the TARDIS, with the Doctor shortly following behind, looking out on the empty land, confused on who planted the Gremlins. However, that was a question for another day.